Sometimes I hate being right. In a Game Explained interview with Color Splash producer Risa Tabata, she confirmed my theory that Paper Mario veered away from RPG elements and stories and characters, you know, the things we love most about Paper Mario, because of Mario and Luigi. Here's the thing that Nintendo doesn't get though. Mario and Luigi looks a lot like the original Paper Mario games on paper, no pun intended, but the two series are extremely different. Mario and Luigi can't replace Paper Mario because something has been lost in this whole process. I actually didn't plan on making a video about this because Color Splash turned out to be exactly what we thought it would be, so nothing really changed, but the more I thought about it, the more I felt I needed to get into a little bit more detail about why Mario and Luigi isn't quite enough. The way I see it, there are a few major reasons, and one of them is the combat. Battles in Mario and Luigi are way more action-oriented and involved. With even the weakest of foes, you've got to be intimately familiar with their various attacks so that you can avoid or counter them with either your jump or your hammer. Bigger foes can require split-second reactions and complicated series of moves. Then there are special moves, which are these grand, bizarre spectacles, and each one is like its own minigame that, again, requires a sharp eye and a lot of speed. Battling in Mario and Luigi is intense and requires that you're always on your toes and always learning. Paper Mario is extremely similar in that you've got to learn your enemy and time some button presses and whatnot to strengthen and block attacks, but the whole thing is way more chill and tactical. You can't just amp up your attack and jump on everything you see, and you can't just blast every enemy with your strongest special attacks until they're dead like in Mario and Luigi. The numbers in Paper Mario are smaller, meaning it's up to you to learn exactly how much damage your attacks are going to do and how you should go about the attack. Does your enemy have any defense? Are they charging up for a big strike? Do they have a shell, or can they otherwise be weakened? In the case of Thousand Year Door, should you take a risk and attempt to dodge, or play it safer and only block? It requires so much more forethought and has just enough reliance on timing to make it a little more intense without making it frantic and sometimes stressful like Mario and Luigi. Partners also play hugely into the tactical aspect of battle. Each one has different abilities which can shield you, do more damage against certain enemies, do a lot of damage at once, stun, put to sleep, all sorts of stuff. And since a partner is always with you, choosing which one to use and what abilities to utilize is a constant part of the game. And the benefit of partners extends far beyond combat. Their abilities affect the overworld as well, allowing you to reach new areas. This complements Mario's own enhancements, creating a constantly satisfying system of progression. Then on top of all that, your partners are characters! They've got unique personalities and they comment on what's going on in the story. It's so much fun to befriend residents of the Mushroom Kingdom that were previously only enemies, or that we haven't even seen before. Speaking of the Mushroom Kingdom and its residents, the first two Paper Mario games built an interesting and cohesive world. They had towns, they felt lived in and real. Mario and Luigi is not interested in doing that, and you know what? That actually works great for those games. What's this, a beach made of teeth with cavities? Okay. People with blockheads? Alright, sure. The kingdom is always different and pretty random and weird. That's fun in its own way, but it's obviously just not the same. And this leads into the biggest reason Mario and Luigi can't replace Paper Mario. It's the vastly differing tones of each series. Mario and Luigi is absolutely bonkers. It's nothing but unbridled silliness. It's bizarre, it's outrageous. If there's one thing that's not allowed in a Mario and Luigi game, it's any amount of seriousness. This, combined with the fast-paced gameplay and the largely linear nature of the games, makes it perfect for Nintendo's handhelds. It's a blast to just pull out and play for a while without having to think too hard. Paper Mario was a home console series, and it had a lot of depth that many of us crave. It had a ton of humor and ridiculous situations, but with a little more restraint, allowing for more serious and poignant moments as well. It could be sad, it could be dire and epic. It had all the elements of a great all-around story, not just wackiness and silly fun. This is why you can't take all this away and expect us to find what we're looking for in Mario and Luigi, because it's simply not there. Here's the thing, Miss Tabata. May I call you Risa? In your interview, you tell us that if we want an RPG to go play Mario and Luigi, but you're not actually understanding what we want. And you say that the future of Paper Mario depends on if you can think of another paper-related mechanic. And you know what? The whole paper thing in Color Splash looks absolutely amazing. Like, just so clever and colorful and fun. But we didn't like Paper Mario because it was Paper Mario. We liked it because it was Mario's story. I don't know why you're so hung up on the paper thing when that was always just a fun little aesthetic thing. It wasn't what made the games fun. Being amazing games was what made the games fun, and shallow, cutesy, hide-and-seek adventure romps positively pale in comparison to what this series used to offer. Man, I really didn't mean for this to turn into the problem with Paper Mario 2, but I think that's just what happened anyway. Well, it doesn't even matter because people could have stormed the booth at E3 with torches and pitchforks and Nintendo still wouldn't have noticed, so whatever. Well, stay tuned for my review of Color Splash when it releases in October, because apparently that's what you do when you're a YouTuber. You purchase and support games you wish had never been made, thus helping to perpetuate the system that you so harshly criticize on YouTube. Okay, I just depressed myself. I'll see you later.